land in Ruharo, you can also buy it still the same, maybe 3 million. And you sell it back and get more money. So this guy is not in real estate business. He goes and buys the plot. He forgets now the business of chapati that gives him income on a daily. He buys a plot and he has no ready buyers. Because they told you Kafoko is into real estate, that's why he has got a lot of money. You also go into it, you buy a plot. It has even no prospect to buy the plot. It takes 3 months. Now, by the 3 months, your lender is now coming to look for the what? The installment. So before you know it, that this circle is bad, they don't listen. But it's in the first place, it's you who just diverted funds. So as youth, always stick to the principle. If you borrowed for something, go for it. The only person I can advise to do that is a salary earner. You know salary earners, we salary earners, we get salary loans. And those ones we know you have to work day and night to pay back every end of month. If you get your paycheck, they deduct your installment. That one, it is okay. If you feel you are not into it, you can, instead of taking it into your chapati, you can buy land and then wait. So with that, you will not have issues to do with the repayments because the repayment is your salary. So as entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, stick to run one business. You can have multiple businesses, but you can also borrow for those multiple businesses. But you don't borrow for one business and you want to take everything for that same money. You will not have enough money to pay back these loans. And before I conclude, I would like us to think about the universities we have in Uganda now. We have over 32 universities. That is by research. If you Google, we have around 32 universities. Those 32 universities have over 110,000 students. Every year, these universities produce or graduate 30,000 students. Those are graduates. Now, how many employment or how many companies can absorb you? You can look at newspapers. I work with Millennium Circle. I think we just recruited 12 or 13 this year, but 30,000 have come in. So how many universities do we have in Bara? Assume that 30,000, we only have, even if there were only 2,000 or 1,000 from Bara district or the Western, they don't have space. So I call upon now these institutions. There is a Ruharo Vocational here, Rentanga Farm School, all these other institutions. You know, you need to have a skill now to survive in this economy. The positions for us we are holding, Chamagero is here. You tell him to resign at NTV. He's not going anywhere. Because it is the one that is promoting him and he's earning. Now, how many Chamageros can we have? I work with Millennium Circle as a general manager. Do you think I'm comfortable to leave? And how many can, the circle can only have one general manager. So it means, even it has over 81 staff, they also want to grow their career. So for now, we need to have, actually now like the government that has changed the curriculum. It started with O-level. Now I've heard they are now planning for A-level. How I wish they could also do for the universities. So that by the time the youth get out of the universities, they just go and become self-employed so that they can earn a living. The youth members here, I want to tell you that if you don't have financial freedom, there are many causes or there are many side effects that you will get. One, stress. The other day, Iso Kachebe is saying that the other bridge of Katete, in a stress, when you have financial stress, it's what Chamagere was talking about. You will be quarrelsome at home. When you have financial stress, actually you'll be the worst performer everywhere, be it at work, be it at home, be it even on the road. The way you walk, someone will see you and be like, this person is financially stressed. When you're financially stressed, there are things you don't benefit. You cannot sit even in the front line in church because you fear, in case of anything, you might not contribute. You lack self-esteem. Even if they told you that you come and take us through this, you fear because sometimes, when you're financially stressed, everything on you is stressed. Your body, your mind, your soul is really stressed. Your self-esteem is low. So I want us, before we leave tonight, we learn the skills of how we can make money without seeking for jobs. Your network is your net worth. Let's learn the relationship of creating networks, not in hunting for money. That's why the rich don't go for money, but indeed they create networks. Chamagero, I want you, before you leave, you make sure that this lady here who has been following you also is added on your network so that she can maybe achieve her dream. I'm glad she has been asking for that. And as Chamagero comes, of course, we shall ask now for questions and answers. But I want to thank the organizers of this event and how we pray that we keep on having this and we keep on having the dialogue. So this time should actually now, let's wait for tomorrow as we go to BSU. I think they have almost the same. And we shall be glad to follow you and have a financial, stressful life. Thank you very much. I will hand the microphone to Chamagero, and then he starts also responding to questions and answers. Thank you very much.
Let's give our moderator a round of applause. I hope he has dinner. Oh. So I will start from where he says, your network is your... You can be networked, but when you're not connected. Have you thought about it? You can be networked, but you're not. You can have Kafoko's number, and you say, this is his number. But when you call him and he asks you, Ogu know her, are you connected? Just think about it. I love interrogating data. If you are connected, connection comes in the investment you make in the relationships. Check on people, guys. If you've not learned anything today, please invest in relationships. Invest in relationships. So yes, get networked, but stay connected. That's very crucial. Time for questions. The first one. There are those watching, so you will come here so that they can actually see you. Thank you.
Yeah, from the conversations we've had from different speakers, well, thank you guys. I noticed that all speakers keep telling, okay, from whatever they've said, I picked something related to relationships as key, now as far as financial freedom. But there is one thing that I've also realized it kept coming in, the issue of being an entrepreneur, etc. But we all can't be entrepreneurs. And so I'm wondering, someone is here saying, yeah, if all of us were entrepreneurs, so who will serve who? So how do we balance it? Something here, so that someone goes out when he knows yes, I can't be an entrepreneur, but I still can be financially free.
Let's give me a round of applause. I miss, what do you do again? What do you do again? Social worker. There is something the moderator hinted about, something called a skill. You can be a social worker, but what skill do you have possibly that we don't have in our country? You cannot be an entrepreneur at every layer. But guys, let's face it. We are Africans. Every house must have a garden. Right? And our national directive, if you're following the national strategic plan we're following as a country, we are looking at scaling on commercial farming. You can do some simple farming and you make money out of it all. But again, I don't want you to limit your horizon just to social work. I think I'm retiring from media in the next 3 years. I'm bored. And when I told my bosses that I want to resign, they were like, why? I said, I'm bored. I need something more challenging for me. And that's why I've gone back to study a lot more of CBT and psychology, because I want to grow old when I can still help people in my old age. It's about the skill. Today you're a social worker. If I dumped you in a country like Georgia, what would you do? How would you survive? Would you survive? How would you survive? So that's where it starts. Imagine yourself dumped into the darkest place you've never imagined. You'll either learn to fly, or to flap, or to walk in the dark, but you'll have to move. Now, it's that skill you need to find. If you're a teacher and you hear possibly you've been in the old curriculum, you go back, you sharpen your skills. The world needs better teachers. There is teaching online. There is a lot of money there. Whatever you do, please make sure it gets online. Everything you do, make sure it gets online. Whether you're a farm manager, you dip there in Rashamire, have a page that explains how farm management is unique from you. That way you're reaching masses. There is someone in India following this conversation. There is one in DR Congo following this conversation. This conversation does not stop at Ahaka. It has gone global. That's the power of digital. So just sharpen that skill, comrade, and don't fear to learn something new. 2 years ago, I went back to learn how to dance. It's funny how it feels. Some of you don't know how to dance. Do you know how to dance? You just know how to dance Afrobeat music. But dancing, because I would find myself in very compromising and embarrassing situations. You have been invited at a diplomatic dinner and they say it's time for dancing. They hit their glasses and you're there saying, Kenzo. I had to go back and get a skill of dancing, because there are some doors that will only be opened if you dance with an ambassador and you have the tone and the footwork. Get the skills, guys. Just get the skills. There are some doors you won't open with your words, but by actions. Every one of us here, the challenge the president gave us is to produce something from our homes. Besides juice and children, what are you producing from your household? Because I might say, I'm very good at juice. Does it bring in money? Produce something. Our country, friends, if you don't know where the country is headed, please look into manufacturing. There is lots of money there. The Usubuzi from abroad is phasing out. Government is intentionally taking it out. Manufacture something. Manufacture something. Toilet papers, toothpaste. Some of you are doing liquid soap, but you're doing it the Juakali way. You go to Chinese machinery. They have that machine of 230,000. Buy it. Let the machine do it for you. Get different flavors. Invest in that. That will help us.
So we are going to make the questions and answer session come to the close. We don't want to go beyond 10.